This book is called Xoox, A Love Story. It is by Adam Rex and Scott Campbell. And it's a love story between this ox and this lovely socialite who's a gazelle. It starts with ox here who's writing a letter to the gazelle. Dear Gazelle, for some time now, I have wanted to write a letter to say how much I admire you. You are so grateful and fine. Even when you are running from tigers, you are like a ballerina who is running from tigers. I think that what I am trying to say is that I love you. Xoox. He sends the letter, and Gazelle writes back, or rather she sends a form letter back, which is a letter that she sends to all of her admirers. Dear Ox, thank you for your letter. I hope you understand that I have many admirers and cannot reply to each one personally. Please enjoy the signed photo of me that I have enclosed for your collection. Au revoir, Gazelle. He writes back, Dear Gazelle, I do understand that you have many admirers and cannot reply to each letter personally. So it means so much to me that you replied personally to mine. Xoox. Here we see Gazelle writing back, or rather sending the same letter back. Dear Ox, thank you for your letter. I hope you understand that I have many admirers and cannot reply to each one personally. Please enjoy the signed photo of me that I have enclosed for your collection. Au revoir, Gazelle. Ox gets that letter and he seems overjoyed. He's rolling around with the letter on his bed. Dear Gazelle, this is an amazing coincidence. I have written you 2 letters and both times you have written back using the exact same words. I think this shows that you are very smart and have a tidy mind. I hope that what I wrote before did not cause you to think that I only love you because you are pretty. I also love you because you are smart. Xoox. Gazelle writes back while she's lying in the pool and relaxing. Dear Ox, thank you again for your letter and your compliments. Though I have many faults, I would not want anyone to think that I am repetitive, so here is a third and final letter, different from the first 2. There is no need to write me again. Au revoir, Gazelle. Ox writes back. Dear Gazelle, I will tell you, I almost fell out of my chair laughing when you said that you have many faults. Here we see him falling out of his chair and laughing. That is ridiculous. If you ask me, you have only 1 or 2 faults. Xoox. Let's see how she takes that. Just 1 or 2 faults. Here we see she's writing. She's looking like she's maybe getting a little bit angry. Dear Ox, you have made a mistake. I suppose you cannot help it since you are an ox and probably have a clumsy brain. But when I say that I have many faults, people usually like to tell me that I do not have any faults at all. Unlike some animals who have many faults, such as that they are too large and too stout and have strong smells about them and clumsy brains. Au revoir, Gazelle. Ox replies, Dear Gazelle, I think I understand what you meant by your last letter, and I thank you for your honesty. I do have many faults. I think it's important that I know what they are. You make me want to be the best ox I can be. So I thank you again. You are the unflattering light of my life. I eagerly await your next letter. Xoox. Now she looks like she's getting really exasperated, really tired of this. Dear Ox, there will be no next letter. I am not writing you anymore. This letter doesn't count. Au revoir, Gazelle. Oh. Dear Gazelle, your sense of humor is a delight. Did I tell you already that I love your sense of humor? Plus your beauty and your mind. Xoox. Oh, now she's really mad. Ox, stop this. Please do not write me again. You are wasting your time. I could never love a clumsy thing. I could never love a smelly thing. I could never love an animal that is too large and too stout and who is so thick and ungraceful and awful and unlovely and unlovable. I could never, ever love an ox. Ox gets that letter, and he writes back, Dear Gazelle, I know you couldn't, but I think it is good that you've admitted one of your faults. It makes me love you even more. Xoox. And to this, we just have pictures, no words. It seems she is getting angry at the letter, reads it, tears it up, tears it into pieces, is exasperated and crying, and then maybe has second thoughts and starts to put it back together again. Maybe she misses all of the compliments he was giving her. It seems that's the case, because then at the end page we just see sort of a montage of the two of them happy together. I guess she realized everything that she was missing with Ox and all of his humor and devotion. So that's the end of the book. Adam Rex and Scott Campbell wrote Xoox, a love story.